Hello, this is Jose Coyol, Associate Planner with the City of Oxnard's Community Development Department in the Planning Division. Today I will be narrating Planning and Zoning Permit 21-516-21, Haven Number 8 LLC, doing business as Haven. Commercial Cannabis Business Retail Special Use Permit SUP for the location at 220 South A Street with an APN of 202-0-095-100 for the upcoming Planning Commission hearing date of February 3rd, 2022. Project description: a request to permit the operation of a cannabis retail facility within an existing 3,370 square foot commercial building on a 0.16 acre site. As part of the project, there will be tenant improvement consisting of the following: the installation of new partition walls, security upgrades to the existing building, minor plumbing upgrades, upgrades to an existing fire alarm system, installation of secure doors and windows, and parking lot and landscaping improvements. Cannabis retail operations will be conducted between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily. This application was filed by Joe Velasquez. Project location: the subject site will be located at 220 South 8th Street. As can be seen on this map, this will be located in downtown Oxnard. General plan and zoning maps. The general plan land use designation is downtown, while the zoning designation is downtown core, DT-C. Existing site. The subject site at 220 South A Street has the following land uses. Please note that the project site, along with all of the neighboring uses, fall within the general plan designation of downtown and the zoning designation of downtown core. The only thing that changes are the existing land use configurations. The project site has a commercial building, while the north side has a commercial office building and a private parking lot. To the south is a commercial building and a public parking lot. To the east is more commercial buildings, and finally, on the west side of the project is a public library. Existing conditions. This street view is looking southeast and dictates and shows the current building configuration. Background: development history. In the late 1950s, the original site was developed. Then, and furthermore, from late 1950s to current, various tenant improvements to accommodate commercial office establishments have happened at the site. Background: cannabis regulations. On April 2018, the City Council adopted a cannabis delivery ordinance including permitting fees. In January 2019, the state legalized cannabis delivery by state licensed firms and eliminated the city's ability to regulate cannabis delivery. On June 18, 2019, City Council adopted Ordinance Number 2960, establishing regulations pertaining to manufacturing, testing, and distribution of cannabis. Then on October 1st, 2019, City Council then adopted Ordinance Number 2965, modifying the discretionary permitting process along with other non-substantive ordinance adjustments pertaining to manufacturing, testing, and distribution of cannabis. Then on September 15, 2020, City Council adopted Ordinance Number 2985 to update the cannabis regulations in the city's newly adopted Industrial Code, Chapter 16 of the Oxnard City Code, known as OCC. Background: cannabis regulations continued. Then finally, on December 1st, 2020, City Council adopted Ordinance Number 2994, establishing regulation to repeal and readopt the former city's commercial cannabis regulations pertaining to cannabis manufacturing, distribution, testing, and retail dispensaries contained in Chapter 11. Cannabis Commercial cannabis selection. On January 7, 2021, Haven Number 8 LLC, doing business as Haven, filed for a request to obtain a commercial cannabis business permit for a 3,370 square foot commercial retail facility. On March 1st, 2021, Haven Number 8 LLC, doing business as Haven, was awarded a conditional commercial cannabis business permit for cannabis retail. In order to successfully commence and inaugurate the commercial cannabis business permit, Haven Number 8 LLC, doing business as Haven, is required to receive approval of a special use permit as specified within Oxnard City Code Section 11-457. Site plan. Here we have the plans, as can be seen through this conceptual drawing. Along the backside of the project, there will be a new trash enclosure built, which will have Three different bins, one for trash, the other for recycling, and finally an organics container. There will be four parking spaces that are being provided at the site, along with restriping and resealing of the slurry seal within the private parking lot. Landscaping improvements can also be seen here. A new tree will be included on there to add canopy shading for the parking lot. And then along the frontage of the shop along South A Street, the pedestrian corridor will be further upgraded to go ahead and host a new bicycle parking area for use of the public, as well as have an entrance into the storefront of this of this storefront. Elevations. So as part of this request, there's not much going on the exterior of the building other than a new metal door being installed along the rear side of the property that empties out into the private parking lot along the rear, and then that further goes out into a public alleyway. The actual store elevation of the storefront will not be updated other than having privacy film being installed and a new signage under a separate permit being installed in front of the existing facade of the building. Floor plan and security plan. The applicant provided a security plan with a detailed floor plan, which was reviewed and conditionally approved by the police department. Security measures include private security is required at the property. Security cameras will be installed. Adequate lighting will be provided on site, and cannabis products will be monitored, tracked, and placed in secure storage. Public comments. The project is located within the Wilson neighborhood. On December 9, 2021, the site was posted with project details and a community workshop information, and the developer mailed out 688 meeting agenda notices to the residents of the Wilson neighborhood. Then, on December 20th, 2021, the project was presented to the public during a community workshop meeting. The meeting was attended by approximately 18 members of the public, and persons had an opportunity to ask questions. Public comments continued. Staff received one comment during the community workshop. The comment was, what community outreach has been done in the cities the applicant hold licenses, and what is the city of Oxnard's current and future planned outreach? Following the community workshop, staff has received an additional one comment letter from the general public in support of the project. Key conditions of approval. Conditions 15, 42, and 43 are to abide by the City of Oxnard and the State of California's rules and regulations related to this business. Condition 39. The commercial cannabis business permit shall expire and be subject to a renewal process in Chapter 11 of the Oxnard City Code 12 months after the date of issuance of the SUP pursuant to Oxnard City Code Section 11-459. Retail operating conditions are outlined in Conditions of Approval 59 through 61 and 132 through 133. This provides regulatory action for cannabis retail procedures to allow only eligible members of the community to purchase product and to allow for a secure selling environment. Police conditions. Police conditions can be seen through conditions of approval 82 through 155. Security features will be implemented as required by the adopted cannabis ordinance. Key conditions of approval continued. Fire department conditions can be seen in conditions 156 through 175. This broad range of conditions, this broad range of numbers indicate that the system is to be designed to be a safe facility. Community benefits and community relations are part of conditions 49 through 52 and 64 through 65. The project is conditioned to be a good neighbor and member of the community. Finally, taxes and inventory tracking can be outlined in conditions 53 to 54 and 66 through 74. These set of conditions help the operator be a responsible corporate citizen. Environmental review. In accordance with Section 15301, Class 1, existing facilities of the State California Environmental Quality Act, known as CEQA guidelines, project involving negligible or no expansion of use beyond that existing at the time of the lead agency's determination may be found to be exempt from the requirement of CEQA. The project includes a request for the operation of a cannabis retail facility within an existing individual building, and the project will not increase the square footage of the existing building. No substantial evidence the project will have significant effect on the environment. A notice of exemption will be filed. Staff's recommendation that the Planning Commission A. Find the project to be categorically exempt from environmental review pursuant to the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, Guidelines Section 15301 existing facilities, and B, adopt Resolution 2022-XX approving planning and zoning permit number 21-516-21, special use permit for cannabis retail subject to certain findings and conditions. This concludes staff's presentation of the upcoming Planning Commission hearing item for February 3rd, 2022. Staff will be available at the meeting if questions arise.